Hello, I'm Stuart from Arlot Media, and I'm just going to do a little demonstration on this funnel that we built for a dental practice. Just a little bit of background history. This is a dental practice that I was a co-owner in. I looked after all the marketing and the business side of it before selling the practice around 2020. So after selling that practice, I've carried on continuing to do the marketing for the purchaser, and I've been doing that now for over 4 years. And prior to that, it was 10 years of building that system. So I'm going to run through today in one of the services that we provide, which is a little bit of a special interest type thing, because it's actually my brother Simon. He's a CDT, so clinical dental technician. All he does is sees the patients that need dentures at the practice, and then there are in the practice implant surgeon and general dental practitioners. It's hygienists, therapists, the full scale of things. They do a lot of teeth straightening, cosmetic dentistry, all the services you'd expect from a private practice of its size. So dentures is the biggest financially from a turnover point of view, is what is the most popular service. I'm trying to find a better word, but that's the one that drives most of the turnover, and that's because we've built this system specifically for dentures, and over the years, the reputation has been built up for this. However, there's a big demand for it, and if you can find a service where you've got high demand, and you like doing it, whether that's implants or teeth straightening, we can build a similar system to what we've done for dentures. There also is the option to do it for dentures as well. There is another program that we're building right now, which will enable you to train and use the techniques and system that Simon does to enable you to provide dentures at probably, I don't know, but probably a higher price than what you would be charging now, and actually make the system much easier, because I know a lot of dentists don't really enjoy making dentures and they get a lot of problems with them. But if you follow Simon's system, it actually makes it a lot easier, and you're charging a lot more for it. It becomes suddenly more enjoyable, and something that you might actually end up spending 80% of your time on, and in the process really raising your associate fees. So let's move on to the actual funnel itself that we've built. So you can see this diagram on the screen. So what I've got here is basically the flow of patient inquiries for denture service. So let's start off at the top. Google AdWords is one of the platforms that we use. And you can see these two campaigns. These are two Google AdWords search campaigns, one here and one here in orange. Now these will go through to relevant landing pages. So if we start at the top, this particular search campaign is for people that are looking for denture repairs. So they will land on that denture repair page. Now once they get to that denture repair page, they have an option to fill a form in, which will then enable a callback. So it'll go through to the team will call them and book their denture repair in. If they land on that page and they don't take that action, you'll put in a little pixel on there, and we hit them with Facebook remarketing, and that goes to an ad that promotes an MOT for their denture. I think this is probably a unique service. It's just something that we came up with because actually Simon found that there's a lot of people out there with dentures that don't fit very well. They've had them to a very long time. They've become loose, all the usual things, and sometimes a simple reline or adding some teeth to it, whatever it might be, can be a good option for them. And you can identify all these things by providing this MOT service. And actually, quite often they will actually end up just going along and having a new denture from it. So a very powerful system. The remarketing means that anybody that's landed on this website page is now going to get hit by ads when they go on Facebook. And actually, for something like dentures, Facebook is a really great advertising platform because it is an older demographic there, so there's a higher chance that they would be on that platform. So yeah, that works really well. And after they've gone to the MOT page, again they have an option to fill a form in or call the practice directly and book in. So there's a few options for them there. So if we move on to the other sources of traffic, so we're driving traffic to the website essentially in all different manner of ways of doing this. We also have a free denture guide. So this is like a little booklet that they can download in a PDF format, very simple. We have a Facebook ad with a specific audience set, age range and things like that, maybe some interests that they've got, and we fire them an ad on Facebook where they can click and they can download a free denture guide. Once they've got that, we know we pick up a pixel because they see a thank you page, which then we know specifically that pixel is someone that has downloaded the guide, which enables us then to start running emails because we've got their form and we've got their email, so we've captured that. We then send them an offer for the MOT. So we've gone back to the denture MOT, and we will then send them an email with the main dental website page, which is down here, which I'll come to in a minute, and an email for an online denture consultation, which again we've set up. We've built an online video consultation where they can go through and select all the things that they would potentially want to do if they had a new denture, and at the end it gives them a price. So a very data catchment process. Let's go down further then. So we've got the free PDF, the free guide that comes from Facebook ads. We've then got a YouTube video. This is targeting again another particular type of person that's on YouTube. We interrupt them with a video about dentures and about why Simon is really good at providing that service. That goes then, if they click on that after watching that, they then go through to the denture main denture page on the website. It has its own specific page called dentures and lots of videos on there, lots of information, and from there they can book a denture consultation appointment via a form, or again they can pick up the phone and call the practice. Whichever way they do it, we are tracking conversions. So if they go on and fill the form in or they make a phone call, we will know. So we will know that's a conversion and exactly where it's come from. We also put a tracking tag on that particular website page here. So that means that anyone that hits that website page, we're going to track them and we're going to start running remarketing to them as well. So there's no once they get hooked in here, it goes round in one big circle and it's all connected, and they just keep getting bombarded with, whether it's MOTs, repairs, new dentures. They will constantly see wherever they go. They won't be able to get away from it for a certain period of time. That's assuming they haven't got privacy things set up on their devices, which is a lot more common now, but this still, trust me, this still works, and I'll show you the evidence of that shortly. Okay, so we've got denture main website page, and from there we're running a YouTube ad with a video. We're running Google AdWords search, so anybody that types in new dentures or anything along those lines into Google are going to get hit with our sponsored ad. It's going to send them to that page. And also we've got on this page is very SEO rich. There's videos, there's frequently asked questions, there's all sorts of things on there that Google rewards us for that great content. It means that the traffic on there is more likely to engage with the page, so it boosts us right up on the organic listing. So if you search, for example, new dentures in Swindon, we're going to be right up the top. And yeah, all that back end work that goes into it is fantastic, because this, once it's done, doesn't cost anything. We can write lots of blogs, regular blogs, that helps. And again, that adds to the organics. But all the on-page stuff is done. It's been done for years and it's always building up. And we just tweak it and change it. And there's no real cost there, which is the best long-term marketing strategy. But you do need all the other stuff there to go with it to make it viable. Okay, so we've also got a video running on Facebook as well, saying, all about how the dentures are processed and how that system works, what CDT is, all those kinds of things. And again, that just drives traffic to the main denture page. As I said from before, we've got some Facebook remarketing that also runs for dentures or implants blog. So we've written a really specific blog to say, what should someone have, dentures or should they have implants? That's a very popular blog with lots of thousands and thousands of views on it. So it sends them there. So it's another way of capturing data and giving people useful information. Very, very powerful bit of written content that we have there. So let's say they have filled in the form to have a denture consultation. Now that process will then mean that the reception team will get notified. This person wants a denture consultation. Please call them and get it booked in. At that stage, the team is going to call them. They then do call them. There's a few things that could happen. They could say, actually, I filled the form in by mistake. I don't really need this service. That would then be a dead end for that particular inquiry, and it's gone. So we know it's a non-conversion. We end all communications with them. Ideally, they're going to book an in-house consultation, but there's a possibility they might not. They might say, actually, I'm not quite ready yet, and so therefore they go into the follow-up system, which actually starts here. So they will get a sequence of emails, reminders, an email telling them about the free PDF. They will get a little offer further down the line. They will get told about the denture MOT, which goes back up here. All lots of things. The online consultation, again, it goes back to that. So it keeps on ticking away, sending them an email every so often, whether it's a week or then it's later on, it's like 30 days, 100 days. So you've got that flow of emails. We will actually be building SMS text messages into this as well, because you get a much higher open rate on text messages. We're just waiting to set that up with the practice before we can make that go live. So that's the email sequence. Obviously, they can also go ahead and proceed, which is great, because when they do, we know we've actually got a sale from the whole process, and we can track back where it came from and go, that's great, let's spend more money on that. And that's what the testing and refining is all about. If we phone them and they don't answer, the reception team have a very simple system that we've set up for them, which we can do for you. And all they do is, it's like a little drag and drop, and they just say, didn't answer, so no answer. They drag them into that folder, and on the software, very, very simple to use. We can provide full training for it. And they drop them in, there's no answer. It sends them an email saying, we've tried to call you today, we couldn't get hold of you, we'll try you again. And then they know they've got to call them again. They call them again, and no answer again, so we send them another email, we've tried calling you again, etc., etc. And the fourth one says, we're not going to try and call you again. Here's our details. Please do reach out to us if you still need our services. And that is about it. So as well as they're getting this, they will also be hitting that sequence there as well. So it's a constant reminder and a constant link back to all the other bits and pieces. So that they're kind of locked in here. It's a fantastic system. It took about 10 years to actually devise this, build it, refine it, find out what worked, find out what didn't work, improve the videos, all the other stuff that we've done. So we can, and I've built similar things for other businesses. It's not just dental practices, but this one particularly powerful because the dentures have a high ticket value. I think the average is about £4,000 spend per sold patient, whether they need one denture, two dentures, and then there's two different options what they can have, sort of like a more standard one or a premium one. Most typically go for premium because of the benefits it delivers, and obviously as well, off the spin-off of that, some of them will end up going for denture, implant retained dentures, or just have or just have implants. Some of them, or a lot of them, will need general dentistry prior to the denture being made. They'll need hygiene, all sorts of things. As you know, I'm I'm not here to tell you that's your job, but that's a positive byproduct of running this as a denture campaign. You get lots and lots of spin-off from the treatments. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell. I'm just going to drop in and show you something, because this is the system that we use. It's our system. We white label it, and we use it for lots of different businesses, but dentures is probably the it just works so well for, because of how it is. So if I show you, there's various different pipelines. We've got one for implants, we've got one for patients that have a fear of dentistry, and they have that builds its own system, and again, really amazing what you can do with that. And then just general callbacks on the website. So if they filled a form in on the contact page or the home page, I'll just click through into that, and then that shows you, look here. So they come, this is where they drop in, and this is the no answers. Look at all these, they don't pick up the phone. Terrible, isn't it? And then you've got your no answers 2 and 3 on this one, and then ones that have booked the appointments and ones that haven't booked the appointments. You can see there's just under 50% conversion from booked to non-booked. And if you look in dentures, because I haven't actually put the average cost of these, which actually our average patient value for this practice is about £1,500 spend. That's initial. That's not a lifetime valuation either. So this is great. And by the way, we've only just switched over to this particular system. We were using a different CRM in the background, so there's a lot more data than this. This has only been, since we switched over, it's been a couple of weeks, probably not even that. So you can see there's lots of things coming through, and obviously it doesn't include the phone calls either. But if we switch to dentures, because that's our main focus, that's where we're driving a lot of spend. So we've got one sat in here in the online consultation, and then because I've put £4,000 as the opportunity likely spend, or on average what they would likely spend, 10 opportunities sit in where we've called them once and they haven't answered, and you can see there £40,000 worth of work just sat there. Not answered twice, £52,000 sat in there, and then 3, 4,000, 4, 1 again, 4,000. So someone that we have spoken to, but they're not going ahead yet, so we've dropped them into a follow-up column. And this is all bespoke, by the way, so you could have follow-up 1, 2, 3, whatever, however you want to do it. And this, by the way, these automations, this is where I was showing you earlier. If you drop them into these autos, or these NA1s, 2, 3, and 4s, this is where it tells you here, auto email will send. And I will actually show you the workflows as well in a minute that I've built in the background. So that's those. Booked an in-house denture consultation. So we've got 4 at the moment that have booked in there. So these are ones that are ready to be seen at the next stage, to actually go and see Simon for the consultation. And then we've got one here which is not proceeding. So we've at the moment 11 sat in there. So we've currently got a bit of a lower conversion rate. But having said that, we've got so many NAs, we need to get on top of that, make sure the team are constantly calling them, make sure they get them either booked in or moved to not going ahead. Then you've got a couple of other things here. We may or may not lose this, because really this is more relevant in-house. It's more important that on this that we just drop them into this. But we can have a wait-in denture prescription for the partials. Sold denture appointments, that's where they've had their appointments booked after having had their in-house consult. So there's a yeah, there's lots of things you can do with that. We've got a little denture repair one here, so they've requested a denture repair, they've come in and they had the denture repaired, so it drops in there, so we know again that it's converted. So I just want to move on to automations before I wrap up this demonstration video. Here is all the workflows, and if I show you the denture page main form one, we click onto that, and it's literally, so it triggers from the forms. It sends an email to the person that's filled that form in, so they will just get an email saying thanks for filling it in, we'll be in touch. It adds a tag to their data so we know they've got a denture consult interest. Sends an internal notification to the team, and that opportunity is what we've just been looking at. It's that pipeline, so it sends it automatically into there. So it's all automated, like literally. All they've got to do, I'll drop back again in a minute, but just showing you, this is the emails, wait a week, send another email with a PDF offer, etc, etc, and this will end. It has a goal, so if they get dropped into the prescription column or the booked appointments column, it will end this will just stop, because we don't want to be sending people information to get them to come in for a denture when they've already booked. So it just stops the whole thing, which is great. Again, all automated. If we go back into opportunities, just want to show you how simple it is. If you literally, all they do is they pick this and they can just drag it where they want to after they've called them. It's as simple as that. It's such a fantastic system, and in here you could have 10 different treatments split down. So you've got and we will have this once I've moved everything over, because this system, as I said earlier, used to be on a different CRM. Now we're using this one, so we're in that process of moving it over. But so in here will be teeth straightening, teeth whitening. There'll be a page for general dentistry, inquiries off of that page, and there's a couple more services that I can't think of off the top of my head. But yeah, that's the general gist of it. It's a very complicated system. As I said, it's taken me years to refine it and build and make this kind of system that just keeps rolling forever. And just to give you some idea of what is possible, based on January 2025, so the month that I'm recording this now, we are looking if we on schedule for the CDT to hit around somewhere between £75,000 and £100,000 in turnover in 1 month. So you, as an associate or a principal, know that's exceptional. If we keep that going throughout the year, it's going to be a very, very good year for the CDT and for the practice owners. And that's just one service. So if we repeat this for implants, teeth straightening, teeth whitening, all the other cosmetic treatments, general dentistry, patients with a fear, the potential is for a practice is off the scale. And the great news is, as well, with something like dentures, you're not actually doing that much work because the fees are high ticket expertise fees. And as I mentioned earlier, we are able to offer a training program as well if you wanted to have your special interest. I know I have to be careful with my wording here. If you want a special interest in dentures, you can say I've had training with Simon, who's been a CDT for 15 years, I think. Crikey, yeah, 15 years CDT. That's when he qualified clinically. One of the first in the country, and is exceptional at what he does. So we can give you all that support as well if that was something you wanted to do. But ultimately, this can work for any private practice that wants to see lots more patients, high-paying patients, and ultimately improve your business model. Whether that's to ensure that you've got a better business for yourself, or whether you're thinking to sell some way down the line, having the system in place will absolutely rocket your customer base, your patient base, and your valuation of your dental practice. So I hope that's been useful. And if you've got any questions, please do get in touch. My email is stuart@arlotsocial.com, and I would really look forward to speaking to you and helping you build your practice. Thanks for now, and hopefully speak soon.